Shalom, I'm Stefania. I just want to say a little bit about this most recent terrorist attack in Israel and Tel Aviv. I know you heard about it. Many of you heard about it, especially my mishpacha, my Jewish family. You know, it's one of those things, man. It's like a cliche. You know, it's almost like a cliche to say, this has to stop. This violence has to end. These attacks have to stop. You know, and of course, you know, that's what we want and that's what we mean when we say it. But it's been said for so long, right? We keep saying it, and we keep having these attacks occur. You know, there are ways to come about peace in the world, but it seems that it escapes us when it comes to the nation of Israel. So either there's something that we're not doing right, or there's something that we're doing terribly wrong. My heart goes out to those people, those families, the survivors of the attacks, because, you know, those people have to live with that memory for the rest of their lives. And it comes up, you know, I know how it goes. It comes when it happens around someone's birthday or someone's wedding or some other, you know, great event like the month of Ramadan, which is what we're in right now. This guy crossing the street here. Okay, you made it. You know, that every time those anniversaries come back around, it brings it up again. Gotta get over. Yeah, see, you almost made me miss my turn, but I'm good. I'm good. All right. So, but you know, I say when I say, you know, that there's ways to bring about peace in the world. I'm not being naive. Now, I remember saying this one time. I was at Kiddush at my synagogue, and things were about winding down. No, we'd been sitting there and laughing and talking for a while, and somehow the subject got onto these types of attacks. Not this one. This goes on, you know, all the time, unfortunately. So it got onto the subject got onto these types of attacks, and I said, you know, I'm trying to work for peace in Israel, and I mentioned a couple of organizations that I'm familiar with and that I've attended meetings with, and I got an eye roll, I got a few scoffs, and I got a couple of outright laughs from people who were just saying, "No, it's never going to happen, Steve. It's never going to happen," you know. Yeah, I'll tell you what. Each side blames the other for why it never happens. Israel will blame Hamas. The Jews will blame the Muslims, and vice versa, for why there's no peace right now in Israel. But I can tell you that there are people on both sides who are working for it. I know this for a fact, because I'm gonna tell you something. I got a phone call a couple of days ago, and there was a friend of mine, a Jewish friend, who was inviting me to come to a meeting with an imam at his house. So I went, and we sat, we talked. We had an imam and another gentleman there from his congregation, from his mosque, and we had a great conversation. But the thing is that he invited me to speak at his mosque, knowing full well who I am, what I am, how I think, which is, I guess, the part that he liked, is how I think. But he invited me to come and speak at his mosque, and at first I declined. Well, okay, semi-declined. See, what it is that I know that a Jew coming to a mosque to speak to a Muslim group can create a problem for that imam. I'm aware of that. I'm aware of what's going on. I'm aware of a lot of things. And so I said, I'm not sure I appreciate the invitation. I appreciate the courtesy, but I'm not sure that this is the best bet for you. I mean, is this going to cause problems? And he said, I know full well who my people are, and I know how they think and what they believe. He said, so I want you to know this. Many of them know who you are, and they love you. These are his words. I'm not trying to brag here. I'm just saying. He said, many of them know who you are, and they love you. And they love your words. So we need you to come and bring those words to us once again, if you would do that. Well, of course, as you can imagine, that really touched my heart, and so I did agree. Is it dark in here? Let's see. Not much of a difference. So I did agree to come and speak at his mosque. And he told me after the meeting, or maybe it was during, he said, I want you to know something. He said, any backlash that I get, I'm paraphrasing because he's a Middle Easterner, and so he doesn't use a lot of American slang, like backlash, or, well, it's not a slang, but he doesn't use words like that, some of the words that we use. But he did seek to make it clear. He says, any backlash that I get from having you to come and speak, let that fall upon me. Don't let that be your concern, and don't let that be your worry, he said, because Allah is in control of everything in the end. He said, if it pleases Allah, then I will be fine. But if what I'm doing does not please Allah, then he will stop me. But I believe, he said, I believe this would be pleasing to Allah. So yes, I'm going to go and speak. That date has not come up yet. I'm going to go and speak at his mosque. But back to Israel, back to Tel Aviv. I just, when people laugh like they did, when people scoff like they did at me for believing that it's yet and still possible to find peace between Muslims and Jews living in Israel, it reminds me of the same doubts that people used to have regarding peace in Ireland. And within my lifetime, there were bombings, shootings, killings between Protestants and Catholics. And some of you are old enough to remember this. Sorry if I'm getting too much road noise here, guys. There's some construction going on, as you can see, and they've kind of torn up the road a little bit, but just a little. Some of you are old enough to remember when this was happening. So I'm just saying, all of that has come to an end. Do the Muslims and the Catholics fully agree and embrace each other's faiths now? No, they do not. But they also don't shoot and bomb and beat each other like they used to. They found some common ground some kind of way. This can be done, I believe, in the Holy Land. So, I just wanted to say my little piece here on that. Just that, I'm going to continue to pray. I'm going to continue to work for peace because I pray with my feet. I pray with my hands, which means I get active as much as I can. You know, there's only so much you can do from over here, of course. But that doesn't mean you can't do anything. So anyway, thanks for watching. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video. Make a comment if you have something to say. Do you have any suggestions, any of you watching, as to what can be done to bring an end to the murder, to the mayhem, to the killing? If you do, you know, drop me a comment. I'll be glad to read it. I'll be glad to take it forward. I'm in contact with peace-loving Jews and peace-loving Muslims. We work towards this. That's like it's our job. Okay, so if you have any suggestions, feel free. And if you'd like to hear more about kinds of the kinds of videos that I do, which is basically looking at the events that are taking place in the world, in our world, locally, United States, and the world in general, go ahead and subscribe. Okay? So, shalom, and thanks for watching.